Imagine building your dream business, only to find it's been administratively dissolved. Don't panic. We're here to guide you through the step-by-step process of reinstating your LLC in Colorado so you can get back to making your entrepreneurial dreams a reality. All right, let's dive into this explainer and completely break down the stress-free, straightforward process of returning your Colorado business back to good standing. So picture this. You log in to check your business status and your heart just drops because you think you've been administratively dissolved by the state. Maybe you missed a periodic report or your registered agent resigned, and now you're sitting there assuming the state has permanently shut your doors. But is that actually what happened? Well, here is a massive reality check for you. The Colorado Secretary of State permanently stopped administratively dissolving LLCs almost 2 decades ago. Way back in 2005. That means your lapsed LLC is actually categorized a bit differently now, and figuring out the exact path to fixing it depends entirely on understanding your true current status. To get everything back on track, we're covering the administrative dissolution myth, decoding your LLC status, the cost of delinquency, how to cure delinquency, reinstating a dissolved LLC, and finally, what to do after you file. Section 1, the administrative dissolution myth, busting the biggest misconception in Colorado business compliance. So, by definition, administrative dissolution is the involuntary termination of a business entity by the state. And yeah, while a lot of states out there fiercely enforce this penalty if you fail to file your reports, Colorado uses a totally different pipeline for non-compliance. Because the state shifted its statutes back in 2005, your LLC is thankfully saved from being involuntarily wiped off the map just because you missed some paperwork. Moving on to Section 2, decoding your LLC's status, knowing exactly where you stand with the Secretary of State. Colorado uses a very specific status pipeline, and you have to know exactly where you fall. If you miss your periodic report window, you become non-compliant. Easy fix, you just file a late report. Now, if you leave it unfiled after that grace period, you drop into delinquent status. But here is the kicker. Dissolved only happens if you, the actual owners, formally and voluntarily filed the paperwork to close the business down. It is literally never an automatic punishment. Section 3, the cost of delinquency. Why you can't afford to ignore a lapsed status. Now, you might be tempted to just ignore a delinquent status, right? Please don't. Sitting in delinquency is incredibly dangerous for your day-to-step operations. Under Colorado law, a delinquent status essentially acts as a litigative lockout. Your business is entirely stripped of its capacity to maintain legal proceedings in any Colorado state court until you fix it. Think about what that litigative lockout actually means for you in the real world. You can't enforce purchase agreements or commercial contracts. Client refuses to pay you, you can't pursue debt collection. If you're in real estate, it can completely halt property eviction proceedings. Even worse, you risk losing the very liability protections you formed the LLC for in the first place, leaving your personal assets wide open. Oh, and to top it all off, after 400 days of delinquency, your business name is legally up for grabs for literally anyone else to claim. Section 4, how to cure delinquency. The simple path to restoring your legal protections. Okay, those consequences are definitely scary, but the fix is super straightforward. The absolute most important takeaway here is filing the correct form based on your specific status. If your status says delinquent, you're going to file a statement curing delinquency. If your status says dissolved, meaning you voluntarily closed it in the past, you use the articles of reinstatement. Make absolutely sure you do not mix these two up. And here is the incredibly forgiving part of the whole process, the cost. It's just a flat $100 to cure delinquency. Some states out there ruthlessly stack penalties and charge you for every single year of missed reports, which can easily total hundreds of dollars. But Colorado, just a flat $100 no matter how many years you've been delinquent. It's actually pretty great. The process itself is wonderfully simple too. You just hop online, go to the Colorado Business Database search, find your entity, and click File a Form. Choose that statement curing delinquency. By the way, this is the perfect time to update your registered agent or principal address if those have changed. And because Colorado operates entirely online with real-time processing, your good standing is restored the exact moment your payment goes through. Instant relief. Section 5. Reinstating a dissolved LLC. Bringing a voluntarily closed business back to life. But let's say you actually did voluntarily dissolve your LLC in the past, and now you want it back. This works a little bit differently. To revive it, you have to file the Articles of Reinstatement and pay that same $100 flat fee. This literally resurrects your terminated entity. All your old contracts, assets, and liabilities carry over exactly as if the dissolution never even happened. Plus, it keeps your original entity name, assuming nobody else snagged it, and your EIN completely intact. You definitely need to be aware of a brand new anti-fraud safeguard, though. Under House Bill 24-1137, if your business has been lapsed for a long time, specifically delinquent for 5 or more years or dissolved for 2 or more years, Colorado now requires you to upload a government-issued photo ID and a sworn affidavit under penalty of perjury. Basically, you just have to prove you actually have the authority to act on behalf of the company. It's a minor extra hurdle, sure, but it is specifically designed to stop corporate identity theft.
Section 6. After you file. Best practices for maintaining your newly restored status.
Okay, your filing is accepted, but we're not totally done. First, save your state filing confirmation. If your bank put a hold on your business accounts, you're going to need to show them this proof of good standing to lift those restrictions. Also, check on any trade names or DBAs. If you were lapsed for over a year, you might have to pay $20 to re-register them. Make sure to let your vendors and clients know you're fully operational again. And please, crucially, set a calendar reminder right now for your next periodic report, so you never have to deal with this delinquency process again. As always, while we've laid out the detailed rules of the road for Colorado compliance in this explainer, you should definitely consult a legal professional to ensure your specific business needs and liabilities are completely protected. I'll leave you with this final thought. Forming a brand new LLC might seem tempting, but it only saves you about $50. And in exchange, you're throwing away all your existing contracts, your business history, and you have to get a brand new EIN. Honestly, the math almost never favors walking away. Reinstating is almost always cheaper, faster, and much safer than starting from scratch. So go ahead and start your reinstatement process right away. Are you ready to reclaim your LLC's good standing today?